Hi, my name is Norman Dreichelt, and today we're going to put together the 12 by 20 rail mount fillet table prep table. First of all, you need to open the box and empty the contents. Here's the instructions. And with that, the first thing you need to do is assemble the rail mount brackets onto the adapter plate. The adapter plate has all of its mounting hardware to the table. That's the second thing we're going to do, is then once we get the brackets on here, we're going to take this hardware and mount it to the table. Okay, first of all, open the packages up. You'll need a knife, either a nut driver or a crescent adjustable wrench, and a screwdriver. Okay. If you have any questions about or for any reason you misplaced this, you can always go to our website, and on our website, under Fillet Prep Tables, you can find the PDF on the instructions here, so you can get those. Now I've laid out the 6 bolts here that are going to go through that have 6 lock washers. You put a lock washer on the bolt itself, and you end up putting it through the adapter plate with the strakes open. See the piece right here on the other side? You'll see that it's the mounting side, and this is the side that goes up into the fillet table. So I take the nut and the screw, put it through number 2 slots. It is numbered on here. You can't miss it. 2, 2, and 2. There's 3 on each side. Take that with a Phillips screwdriver, bring it in just enough to get it so that it's still semi-loose. It's not too tight. Take the next bolt, move it on, put it in its slot. Inside the bracket here, the nylock nuts are inside and recessed in there. They're already loaded in there for you. So all you have to do is put the bolt through, get it to catch. Once you get it to catch just a little bit, bring it down and put the rest of them in and load them in. Now that I've gotten the brackets, the 2 brackets on here, and I've tightened them down so that they're tight in each one of the nylocks on the backside are done. Now it's time to put the thumb screws on. The thumb screw goes on top, down in, and it has a little tiny keeper here. And the little tiny keeper goes on here, and you spin this on. Okay? Get these just about 3/4 of an inch on. Now both of these are in. Now it's time to mount this with the 4 1/4-20 with the 1/4-20 stainless nylock nuts. But you want to make sure you put it on the correct direction. You'll know right away. One way it goes all the way in and fits tight. If you fit it around the backside, it doesn't go on. You can see that it's not getting into the grooves. This way right here, snaps right down in. Once you get it snapped down in, it takes the 4 stainless screws and a nylock, and you can get all 4 of these on. And tighten them down with either a nut driver, that's a 1/4 inch nut driver there, or if you've got a crescent style wrench, you can use one of those. So we're going to put all these through. Okay, now that I've got all of these 4 bolts tight, nylocks down nice and snug, all of these are snug, it's time to put this onto a rail. Getting ready to do that. There's the ability to do a 7/8 all the way up to 1 1/4 inches. Inside here, there's the 2. Inside the ones you get, there's one inside the other. So this is really 2 different ones. We're not doing a 3/4 today. We're doing a 1-inch rail. So to do a 1-inch rail, you're taking the outer one, and on this one, when it comes time to do it, you line these up with here, putting these like this. 1 and 2. Now, once it comes time to tighten down, I'm going to do this so you can see this. All you need to do is bring this around and start to tighten the thumb nuts right there. Bring this down, bring it in tight, and start bringing the thumb nuts. Most rails give you more than enough clearance to do this. So on this one right here, if this is the way you want to mount it, say this is the water side here, inside here, so you're either putting your knives in here, or if you're putting your mustard ketchup, a plate with burgers prepped with some buns or something, here's where you do it. Again, you're just going to reach underneath, spin these till it's tight. Once it's tight, the table will be secure, so you're not going to be able to swing it. There's the first one, and then get the second one down tight to the position you want it. Now it's all ready to go. Now we're going to talk about the small fillet table that goes with a rod holder mount. Here's the box. When you open it up, you need to know which orientation you're going to use when you mount this to the table itself. The reason being, the table can be either mounted on a gunnel, which is what we show right here, if this were the gunnel direction, or if it's in an instance where it's mounted aft and you want the table to go horizontal, you're going to have to mount this in an orientation fore and aft rather than sideways. So an example of that, you can move this. There's a total of 8 holes, and you can move this in its orientation. This one right now is set that way, but if you're going to have it on a transom of a boat with a rod holder, rocket launcher going aft that way, you're going to want to move this 90 degrees, match up the holes, and now the table's going to be mounted for, near your transom if you want to do it that way. So again, we're going to show the same difference between those three. Again, you'll use it just like the other ones, a wrench or a nut driver and a screwdriver. This one right here, say this is the inside looking out. This, when you're not in use, loosen it up, pull it down, lock it. Now, easy storage. But again, on this one, we have it set up so that you can put it down into the rod holder, grab it with your hand, and lock it in position. Same thing, it also doesn't have to be an angled. You can also do a 90-degree vertical. So if it's a drop in that way, it'll work that way also. So, okay, and that's the rod holder mounts. Works both on the small and the large table.